olvido no ha partido, no condenemos al naufragio lo vivido, por nuestro ayer, por nuestro amor, yo te lo pido. Espera, aún me quedan en mis manos primaveras, para colmarte de caricias todas nuevas, que morirían en mis manos si te fueras.
Wazag is UTX Untamed Rush, and I'm here playing some Battlefield 3 Rush mode on Damavand Peak. And you know, real quick, I get this nice little 3-piece. What's better than a Mayweather 2-piece? Of course, it's gonna be a 3-piece, you know, with a vehicle destroyer on the side. But you know, that's the first thing you want to do in the game, man. If you get to jump on the AA gun, take it, because you need to get rid of that Z11 or Little Bird. But it's not a Little Bird, it's called Z11. That's the Russian model. But you know, you just want to get rid of it. You want to take it out really fast. You don't want especially if there's a good pilot, you don't want to give them that advantage, man. That thing could like rack up a lot of kills really fast with a good pilot in there, you know. So you just want to get that out the way. And I was just spamming the rockets because I was just out of range. You know, I had the PP2000 with a silencer on top of that, so I was just really out of range to stop these guys from you know, disarming the bomb. So I just shot some rockets and I was able to stop them. And you know, I'm using the engineer kit because, and I'll get back to that real quick, because this is just really fast. I should have probably edited it a little differently, but I use it because the one thing about Battlefield, you could change the map around, and that's one thing I did right here. And you know, you could plant the bomb from behind, and that's something. This is something that I learned one day playing on this map, defending. Somebody did that to me, but I guess the person who did it didn't know that you could jump. You know, you could disarm, you could arm the bomb from behind. So they jumped through the wall, you know, and I just kept picking them off. I don't know how I don't get there. I didn't know what to do there, man. I just got like caught up. And I don't know how the helicopter blowing up didn't kill me, but you know, I'll take it. Like, I'll take those points. But yeah, man, you know, the engineer kit, that's, you know, one thing that it's usable. I don't know why I was gonna mispronounce that, but you know, it's usable as to change the map around. That's the beauty of Battlefield. You know, you could change maps around and you could blow holes in walls, and you know, it's not only to get campers out the way, it's just, you know, you want to change the route, blow up a wall. And I left this part here so you guys can see how I get down from here. I no longer jump from the base of the map, because everybody's looking. You're probably getting spotted on your way down. And right here, who knows, maybe they saw me, maybe they didn't, but a lot of times people are looking up at the helipad. You know, they're concentrated looking over there, especially if they're snipers, so they're not paying attention. So it's a good flank route. And you know, I get that in there, and you know, I make a mistake here because I kill this guy, and I end up staying here. But then I know they don't have time to defuse the bomb, but I'm so antsy, man. You know, like I just like to move around that I go back to check to see if somebody's coming when I know they didn't have time to defuse it. And that was stupid. I should have just gone with my first instinct, was to go around and flank, and I didn't do that, you know. And I ended up taking quite a few deaths right before this, and then I just, like, on a dry spell, you know, like you just can't get anything done. And then right here I'm thinking, all right, yeah, we got something going. I let my teammate go ahead of me, and I end up picking up the guy in the hallway, but from there I just couldn't get anything done. And you know, there's just one thing that you want to take into notice, that you know, you want to take like a mental note to yourself, is just, it's okay to switch your kit, you know. And also the vehicles, you know, tanks are real important. You know, something that Shaq's box, I don't know if any of you guys, if you do, go follow him. I'm gonna put his link on the description again, because you know, he does a lot of vehicle videos, and you know, he stresses the importance of them. And you know, he's not taking that from like a kill whore point of view. He's, you know, like a tank whore, vehicle whore point of view. He's taking it more as a strategic point of view. And you know, one big thing here, that the tank played a big fear factor and allowed me, and I switched to assault kits, and I have the smoke set, right? And I get in the tank, and it's just a big fear factor. Nobody wants to come out when the tank is there. So you see me, I back everybody down. And I didn't realize that till like right now. I was like, all right, I got them all back down. Let me hop out set down smoke, and you know, and just cut off their line of sight. And there's already too much confusion in there, so I just go in and I get everybody out of there, and it allowed us to get the plant. So, you know, vehicles and changing your kit is something that's real important in the game. You know, it's something you got to take in consideration. It helps out. And give me them dog tags. But you know, it's just something you got to take in consideration. I don't know why I took so many shots to get that guy, but you know, just things to take in consideration. You know, vehicles, they do they make a, you know, a good they put a good sense of fear into the team. You know, it sounds crazy and, you know, coming from a video game, but you know, you want to back people down, and that allowed me to get in there to lay down my smoke and you know, just cause more confusion and break in there and take everybody out of there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, I'm out. Peace. And the final score is up there.